Hi everyone, so after learning about the stages of clay, I'm going to show you how we're going to make our emojis with our clay. You'll notice you'll have a few tools in front of you that you'll need to make these clay emojis. So you'll have a slab of clay. A slab of clay is just a flat hunk of clay that I took right off of the block of clay. You'll have your slip, which is like your glue. You'll have a tracer, you'll have your needle tool, and then you'll also have a wooden needle tool. We'll use both of these, so they're important. First thing you'll notice too is we also are working on our clay boards. This is to avoid getting the clay stuck to the table. If it gets stuck, you can't really get it off very easily. Using your bowl, what you're gonna do, and I've got the opening here, I'm gonna gently push it into the middle of my clay. Not trying to go all the way through, but just enough to leave a mark on the clay like this. I did not push all the way through. Then we're going to use our needle tool with the wooden handle to then cut out this circle out of the clay. This is pretty pointy, so be very careful. So like a pencil, holding my needle tool straight up and down, not to the side, straight up and down, I'm going to use this and just run along the circle that I just made. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but we just want to get it out of there. Then what I'm going to do is take my needle tool and just pull a line to the edge of my clay. What this will help you do is peel away the extra clay really easily. Keep your extra clay nearby because we're going to be using it. Now that our circle is out for our emoji, what I'd like you to do is just start smoothing with the skin on your finger. Your fingers are some of the best tools you could have in clay because they really do help you smooth the clay out. So smooth out any bumpy edges. You'll also notice too, I call them clay boogers. You'll get these little boogers that are sticking up out of your clay. Just roll them off with your finger. Once your piece is all smoothed out, what we want to do is take our needle tool, our wooden one, and we're going to make 2 dots that go all the way through the center of our clay, all the way down to the table. I'm about a finger length's width away from the edge of my circle, and I'm pushing this needle tool in until I feel the clay board. And then I'm also going to do another one here. This is going to be where we're going to attach our pipe cleaner so that our emojis can dangle and hang. So you can see how my clay, it went all the way through my clay, those holes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start shaping and making the face of our emoji. So I'm going to do the heart eyes emoji, and then I think I'm also going to add a smiling face. So I'm going to make all the pieces first to make sure I like them before I stick them on. So I've got my eyes here. Perfect, so my pieces are all made, but they're not on the correct way yet. So to make your clay stick, what you have to do is something called scoring and slipping. To score is to get a bumpy texture, and slip is our glue. So what we want to do is get a bumpy texture on where we're sticking it and on the piece we're sticking with. So to score, all you do is some lines and then cross lines. Some more lines and then cross lines. We also know we need to put lines where we're sticking whatever we're sticking to the clay. So my one eye is going to go there. My second eye is going to go here, and I'm scoring. Same with my mouth. I know I want it to go about here. Bumpy texture, and on the back of my mouth that I'm sticking on. Like that. Perfect. Then we're going to use our slip. What slip is just watered down clay. You can see it's got this smushy, runny texture. What I'm going to do is take a little bit of slip, put it where I'm putting all of my pieces. You can also put a little bit on the back. And this is going to act as our glue. Once you have enough slip, you're going to just put your pieces on Gently smush them down. And then smooth out any places that may have gotten messed up. The last thing that I'm going to do on my emoji is I'm going to add texture around my expression. So I'm going to add just texture all around my piece. So using your needle tool, using your finger, using whatever you have at your table, you're going to add a little bit of texture. What we don't want to do is push so hard on the clay that it punctures a hole through it. We've already got our 2 holes already. So make any design that you would like. Perfect. And the very last thing we want to do is very carefully flip it over and write your name or initials. So I'm going to do my initials since my first name starts with an A and my last name starts with an S. I'm going to flip it back over. Your piece needs to go to the wooden drying rack where it can dry before we fire it. Your extra clay pieces are going back in the bag. Your tools are going back and your slip is going away as well. Don't forget to take care of your clay board as well.